and welcome to my channel. My name is Cheryl. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new here, hello, welcome. If you're returning viewer, welcome back. Hi. I shake the camera every time I wave. I'm sorry. Hello, this is going to be a library haul. So, oh, my hair is a mess again. Are we surprised? No. So, this is going to be a library haul. I went to the library yesterday. I go to the library like once or twice a week, and sometimes 3 times a week. And I put tons of books on hold at night because it's better than shopping because you don't have to pay money. So, I've got like over 40 books. If you know my library hauls, they're usually over 40 books. Just a disclaimer, some of the books, a lot of the books you've seen before in my hauls, I have renewed some, and I've also gotten some, gotten some books that I have gotten before in previous hauls, like from years ago or whatever. So you may see some that you saw in the last haul or in previous hauls, but I hope you enjoy. So grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. I gotta reach over here. I'm on this side of my bed, so I don't have anywhere to put my coffee. So I have some iced coffee, except the ice is melted because I ran out of ice. I have 4 trays of ice, 4 ice trays, and they all have water in them trying to be trying to be frozen. So this is kind of hot. I'm going to put it right here on my bed and hope it doesn't fall over. No, that's not going to work. No, that's not going to work. You're going to have to get used, or you're going to have to deal with me moving over this way to get it and moving the camera. Okay. But are we surprised that I'm moving the camera? Like, oh my goodness, my cord is all mixed up. Okay. Sorry about that. We're on this side of the bed because I have all my library books on this side of my little TBR cart. I will show you, hopefully right there. And then I have some over here that I'm currently reading. So let's go through them. Grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, a crochet or knitting project if you wish, or sewing project, anything you like to do while you watch videos, and let's get started. Okay, do you like my dress? This is a sunny dress, a summer dress. I've worn it before in the videos, but I don't like this little thing here because it's always off center, and I don't like it. Anyways, let's move on. So, the books I'm currently reading, yes, I like to read multiple books at a time. I have to finish this book in 6 days because it's due at the library and has holds on it. It's Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This is a romantasy. Supposed to be clean, I believe. It's not supposed to have any spacey scenes. I'm looking forward to reading this. It's basically Hunger Games, I believe. So that sounds interesting. I'm looking forward to reading this. Just started it. I'm on literally page 4. So I've got to read that in the next 6 days. How come my S's don't sound right today? I'm like, okay. Then I have to finish Brothers Hawthorne in the next 6 days as well, and hopefully I will get a good chunk of it today. I am on page 79, chapter 17. This is the spin-off of the Inheritance Games trilogy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. The Inheritance Games trilogy follows Avery, who inherits billions of dollars from some guy she doesn't know, and the only thing is she has to live in his big mansion for a year with his grandchildren, his grandsons. There's 4 of them, grandsons, and in order for her to get the inheritance. So there's a big mystery. It follows 3 books, the first one being the Inheritance Games. The second one is, I can't talk today, oh my goodness. The second is the Hawthorne Legacy, is that what it's called? And then the third one is the Final Gambit. This is the 4th one, and it's about the brothers. So it's in Grayson and Jameson's point of view, and I'm just loving it so far. It's a new mystery. I'm loving it. I love the humor. I love the banter. I love these books. So I'm looking forward to finishing this one soon. Then, out of the blue, I started reading Dear Henry, Love Edith by Becca Kinzer, or Kinzer, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I am on page 48. This book is about 2 people who get thrown together as roommates But because they work different shifts, they never see each other, and they both assume the other is an old person, but they're both around the same age in their 30s. And they're both single, and they leave notes for each other because, of course, they don't see each other. And they're like, they're going to fall in love. And I love it. It's so cute. It's clean romance, and I'm just loving it. I love the romance. I love the comedy. The humor is really cute. So that's really cute. I like this little toaster with a letter on it. Oh, I love this. So, yeah. Then I started reading A Talent for Murder by Andrew Wilson. If you saw my March Mystery Madness TBR, you saw that I'm reading this as a book to honor Janelle from Too Fond of Books. Janelle passed away. I believe it was 8 or 9 months ago she passed away. And as she used to be a big booktuber in the community and also in the March Mystery Madness, she had an M&M game, which was fun to watch, and she was wonderful. She loved historical, romance, historical mysteries, and she loved Agatha Christie. And this book is a book about Agatha. It's a fictional book about Agatha Christie during those 10 or 11 days that she went missing in real life. And it's about a reimagining, a thinking of what she could have been doing during those 10 days. And it's a murder mystery. And I'm loving it. I'm on page 26, but I'm really enjoying it. I like the writing. It's a really good writing. I'm wanting to read more from Andrew Wilson. I think he's a great author. So I don't know if he uses he, him pronouns. Yes, it says his. So he is a wonderful author. I love his work. His writing is just so good. You can tell he did his research about Agatha Christie because there is some facts in the book that we now know about Agatha Christie that he put in this book, but it's fictional, and it's really good, and his writing is just really good. I can't explain it any other way. It's just really good. Recommend so far. I mean, I don't know how it ends, but so far I'm enjoying it. And then for Meg Reed's read along, she's reading the Whole Keeper Lost Cities series, and I'll link her channel below. I Am on Exile. I didn't read the first book again. I did read it about 2 years ago. I remembered it pretty well, so I didn't reread it last month. This is actually February's book, but I'm reading it now. And I'm really enjoying it. I have gotten to the part where, I've reread the beginning of this book so many times, and I just never finished it. So I'm up to the part now where I haven't reread, that I haven't read before, so I'm really looking forward to it. This is by Shadow Messenger. I don't know if I mentioned it. And my throat is very croaky. I'm so sorry. And yeah, this has an alicorn in it. It's so cute. I'm just loving. This is about Sophie, who in the first book finds out that the reason she can hear people's thoughts is because she's a telepath, and she finds out she's an elf, and she's taken to a land full of elves like her, and it starts a whole adventure. It's like a 10-book series or something like that, so I'm looking forward to reading that. And then, yes, one more book I'm currently reading. I'm reading Bad Blood by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Again, another Jennifer Lynn Barnes book. This is the 4th book in the Naturals series. The Naturals is about, I've talked a few times about it, but it's about a group of young adults, teenagers, who are I'm sorry, my mind just left me for a minute there, sorry. This is a team of teenagers who work for the FBI and profile cold cases and help to solve cold cases in the first book, and then as the books go on, more mysteries take place, and they start solving current crimes. And I'm loving this series. It's really good. There's a love triangle in it as well, a love story, and I'm loving this. This is YA, of course. It's basically Criminal Minds meets teenagers. Criminal Minds, but teenagers. It's really good, and I'm really enjoying that series. How many times am I going to say enjoy? Take a shot every time I say it? No, don't. You'll be drunk. You don't want to be drunk. I don't like being drunk. I've never been drunk, but I can see myself being drunk, and I do not want, I can't even stand myself as is. I can't imagine myself drunk. Just saying. Okay. I had alcohol for the first time like 3 years ago. Did not like the way I felt. In fact, when I had my first glass of wine, I fell flat on my butt. Because I stood up and I got dizzy and fell. I only had like this much wine. But I don't drink, so I don't know where that came from. That was a side tangent. But next, for middle grade March, I got The Beast and the Bethany by Jack Midget Phillips, illustrated by Isabel Follett. I am sorry if I got those names wrong. Those are the names. This is a book that was recommended on one of the middle grade March recommendation videos I watched. I watched so many of them. And it just sounds good. Apparently, it's about a girl who... I can't remember how she finds this beast, but she finds a beast and they become friends. And it just sounds adorable. It's a short little book. Big words, I'm assuming. Big print. So it just looks good. So I got that. Then I got another one, Wild Oak by Cece Harrington. The reason why I got this book is because the main character in this book, whose name is Maggie, she has stutters. She stutters. So she has a stutter. She stutters. That's what I meant to say. And I just love reading books about different disabilities like this in kids because if you don't know, I do have Tourette syndrome. And I don't stutter, but I do make a lot of noises that people get offended by. And when I was a kid, I was treated pretty badly by a lot of people. And so kids dealing with a speech impediment or a mental or physical disability mean a lot to me. And reading about it, really, I love reading about it. And seeing that these kinds of things are being put out there for kids to see themselves in, and I just love it. So I wanted to support. Plus, this book just sounded good. I don't remember what it's about. Yeah, her stutter makes school especially hard. Her unsympathetic father threatens to send her away for so-called treatment, which is another one of thing that I don't necessarily like reading about, just because if you know the history of Tourette syndrome, you know what kind of treatment, quote-unquote treatment, we got back in the day, not so long ago, even as early as like 60 years ago. We were treated as insane people and thrown in and getting shock treatment and stuff. So I don't know if I like that, but she reluctantly agrees. She goes to Wild Oak Forest visiting a grandfather she hardly knows. She finds an abandoned snow leopard cub. And she tries to save the forest and the snow leopard cub. I'm sorry. It just sounds really cute. I like the snow leopard cub, and I'm excited to read that. Next we have, I think I put this book on a couple library hauls. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. This book is a thriller by Lisa Jewell. It has a podcast in it, I believe, and I love reading podcast books. So this is a thriller. I've read The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. That's the only one I've read of hers. But I'm looking forward to reading this one. It just sounds good. It's about... is this a podcast one? Yes. This is about a woman who is a podcaster who's celebrating her 45th birthday. And she meets her birthday twin, somebody who was born on the same day. And this person suggests that she do a podcast on her where she interviews her. And she does that, and somehow it gets twisted, and it just, if you've read Lisa Jewell books, I'm sure, I've only read one, but it got twisted pretty fast, so I'm looking forward to reading that. Hang on. I'm just going to get a drink. I'm going to pause this. Okay, so we got my drink here to help my throat because I'm very croaky today. Next we have, I'm so sorry, Language of Ghosts by Heather Fawcett. Don't look at the library thing. Again, why do librarians put it on the front covers? I don't know. But anyways, Language of Ghosts by Heather Fawcett. This is a cute middle grade. I have a lot of middle grades and a lot of mysteries out this month for middle grade March and March Mystery Madness. I'm sorry for coughing so much and clearing my throat. I apologize if you are wearing earphones and you're getting deaf because of me. I apologize. Oh, my books fell down. Language of Ghosts. I don't know what this is about. I just know when I first read the back it sounded good. Heather Fawcett wrote most recently the Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. She also writes middle grade. She wrote I get two titles mixed up all the time. Is it The Witch of Wild Things? The Grace of Wild Things. That book, and I loved it. It was an Anne of Green Gables retelling. This one is about ghosts, I assume. Let's see. On an enchanted moving island, as Princess Noah, Marshina has two missions: reclaim her family's stolen throne and ensure that the dark powers her older brother Julian possesses don't go to his head in the process. She keeps an eye on the cake-loving sea monster that guards the island. Ooh. This has a sibling relationship between her and her brother and her little sister. The key to victory turns out to be a long-lost magical language. It just sounds really good. I don't know much about it. Again, I got this book because of the author. I didn't read what it was about, so I don't know exactly what it's about. But we got that. I am moving my laptop so much, I apologize. Next, I've had this in my last haul, I believe. I still haven't read it. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I have not read it yet. I want to. I want to read this for a video that I'm doing. A video idea that I had like a year and a half ago that I never actually did. And it involves another booktuber. And I still haven't done it. Yeah. So, I need to do that. I don't know why I like pat the books after. I don't know why I do that. This one was also on the last haul. A Noble Masquerade by Christy Ann Hunter. This is a Christian fiction. Miranda Hawthorne is approaching Spencerhood in the eyes of society. This takes place in the 1800s, I believe. And she writes letters to a valet who is a friend of her brother, and shockingly the letters get mailed and they have to, I believe, fake date. I'm not sure. No fake dating. They just have a lively correspondence, and they fall in love. And it's a Christian romance. It's at least a clean romance. I think it's a Christian romance. So I'm looking forward to reading that. Another book that has been in multiple library halls. Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. This is the third book in the Shadows and Bones series. This is a YA fantasy. I don't know how to describe this book, this series. It's a book about the Darkling and power and Alina, and she has powers that she didn't know she had, and she saves the world. That's about it. I can't describe fantasy books very well. I'm sorry. And then we have Take the Honey and Run It by Jenny Martz. Again, another book. I feel like I just did a library haul. Did I just do a library haul? I'm thinking I just did one. Anyways, we'll see if this goes up or not. Take the Honey and Run by Jenny Martz. This is a beekeeping mystery. It just sounds cute. It's a cozy mystery. It's got a dog on the cover. It's shiny. I can't get it the light. Okay, we're not even going to try. Then I just got a big honkin' book from the library yesterday. Can you guess what it is? It's The Mask of Mirrors by M.A. Carrick, who is also Marie Brennan, who wrote the Lady Trent memoir series. The first book was Natural History Dragons. That book was really good. I'd never finished that series, but I wanted to start this series by her. Is this a large? No, this is not a large print. Look how many pages. How many pages is it? Don't spoil yourself. 634 pages. So that's a chunker. It's not as much as it looks, though. Like, it looks like it'd be 800, but anyways. I don't remember what this is about. Ren is a con artist who comes to the city of Nadezra to trick her way into a noble home, but her masquerade is just one of many, and as corrupt nightmare magic begins to weave its way through the city of dreams, the poisonous fuse of its nobility and the shadowy dangers of its impoverished underbelly become tangled with Ren and their heart. At their heart. I don't know what it's about. I just saw it, and I wanted it, so that doesn't really tell much what it's about, but whatever. Next, we have Everyone Here is Lying by Sherry Lapena. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. I've heard it both ways. This is a mystery, just came out this year. I started reading it on ebook, and I liked it so much I got the physical copy from the library. This has deckled edges. I don't like deckled edges. I'm sorry. I just don't like them. But anyways, this is about, on the surface, William Wooler is a family man, but he's been having an affair that ended horribly this afternoon at a motel up the road. Oh, yes. And then he comes home. He slaps one of his kids, and that kid goes missing that day, and he's the last one to see her, but he doesn't tell the police because then they would know that he wasn't at work and he had an affair, and it's a whole thing. So there's lots of people lying, and I'm enjoying this so far. It's a thriller. The child is missing, and people are lying about it, and you don't know who to trust, and I'm really liking that. I do want to read that soon. Then we have another two, I don't know which one to show you first, two middle grade books. This is The Mona Lisa Vanishes by Nicholas Day with art by Brett Helquist. I don't know how to pronounce that. Again, I'm Canadian, so I want to go the French way and say Helqui, but Elqui in French, but it might be Helquist. I don't know. This is a nonfiction. It is the group book for middle grade March this year. A legendary painter, shocking heist, and the birth of a global celebrity. This is, again, a nonfiction about, I believe it's the, when, in history, in real life, when the Mona Lisa was stolen. This is a story about that. And that's how the Mona Lisa became famous. Basically, it was because of the painting being stolen. I don't know much about it, but I'm looking forward to reading this. Apparently, this reads like a fiction book, but it's nonfiction. And it's middle grade, so that's interesting. I'm really interested in that. I just saw this little note, and I thought it was a note on the book. Oh, it is a note on the book. It says, slight warping noted, weed when holds filled. Not a note for me. It's a note for the librarian, apparently. Nobody did anything about it. Okay. Then we have Sisters Ever After. The book one is Thornwood by Leah Cypress. I heard about this on another one of the recommendation channels from Middle Grade March. And this is a fairy tale retelling, but I forget which fairy tale. Is it Sleeping Beauty? I think it's Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, Sleeping Beauty retelling. And it just sounds really cool. Again, a short one, so I want to read that. I'm running out of room. Okay, then we will go down here. We have Clockwork Sparrow by Catherine Woodfine. This is also my March Mystery Madness. I forget what prompt. I think it's formal wear on the cover, because the formal wear. This is a middle grade. It is a mystery about that takes place in a hotel in the early 1900s, I think. And it just sounds cute. That looks really interesting. I heard about it again in recommendation. And then I got book 3, Everblaze, Keeper of Lost Cities by Shannon Messenger. Because this is actually March's book for the read along from Meg Reads. So if you aren't following Meg, I suggest you do. She reads a lot of romance and a lot of middle grade. And those are, I believe, her most common genres that she reads, if I remember correctly. Okay. We got to get through this before my throat gives out. Okay. I'm going to pause this and bring up some books. Okay, I got the rest of my books up here. We still have a Christmas book to read. Merry Humbug Christmas, 2 Tales of Holiday Romance. This is clean romance, or it might be Christian romance, but it's at least clean romance. I'm sorry, moving the camera. This is by Sandra D. Bricker, and it's 2 stories, 2 short stories, and I've been told it's really cute. So I got this on recommendation. I believe it was Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. I'm not sure if it was her or if it was someone else, but I can't remember who recommended it, but I'm looking forward to reading that. Another Christian romance. I'm trying to get into Christian books again, Christian fiction. I recently read Karen Kingsbury's new book because I love Karen Kingsbury, and it was called Just Once. Gave it 5 stars, so good. And this isn't by the same author. But I wanted to get back into Christian fiction. So this is Rachel Fordham. If you don't know, I am a Christian. I used to primarily read Christian romance or Christian fiction. And then I moved into mystery. And then thriller. And then some romance, secular romance. And some... but I'm not really into secular romance unless they're clean romances. And then I did start reading fantasy recently and romantasy, which I'm not sure how I feel about romantasy just because there seems to be quite a bit of spicy scenes in them. Maybe not for some people, but for me it's a lot. And someone who doesn't really enjoy reading spicy scenes. But, I mean, I'm working through it with God. Not to say Christians can't read those books. I'm not saying they can't read spicy scenes. I just don't agree with it, so I don't really want to read it. Doesn't mean I'm perfect. As you know, I've been pregnant before, and I'm single, so I'm not a perfect Christian, but I'm trying to read books that I approve of better, that helps my mental health and also helps me for my relationship with God. That said, I do read some romantasy, and I enjoy it, so what can I say? But anyways, that was a side tangent. I'm so sorry. This is The Letter Tree by Rachel Fordham. This is a Christian historical fiction romance. I'm not sure what the genre is. But again, this was recommended on one of the Christian girlies channels I watch. I don't remember which one. There's quite a few Christian women, and I'm assuming men too, but I haven't really seen any men who are who have said that they're Christians and that do booktube, but I follow quite a few female Christians, and they recommend a lot of Christian fiction. I really enjoy it. I will try and link some below if you're interested in following them. I would like to promote them as much as I can because I think the Christian booktube community is very small, and if you are a Christian or interested in reading Christian fiction, a lot of the books they recommend aren't specifically preachy kind of Christian, if you know what I mean. It's more of clean fiction, no spicy scenes, no swear words, and then some of the what we would consider Christian fiction has Bible verses or talks about God in some way in the books. And I'll link a few of their channels below, but there's Oshina from Oshina's Gotta Read 'Em All. There's Katie, like I said, from Paperbacks and Ponytails. And then there's Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books. She reads mostly, well, no, she does read Christian fiction. She does read clean books as well, and middle grade books, and romance, Christian romance, and what is this? Mystery. She reads mysteries. And then there's also Krista from Bookish and Jams. She's really good. Who else? A Book Like You. Is that her channel name? I can't remember her channel name. Can't remember her channel name, and I can't even remember her real name, but she's really good. I'll link some below if you're interested. But anyways, this was recommended. I don't even remember what it's about. 1924. Ooh, the Roaring Twenties. Laura Bradshaw. Her mother died 7 years ago. She's a shoe company heiress and has been locked away in a tower. Oh my goodness. So is this a not Tangled? What's the fairy tale? You know, the one that Tangled's based on with the long hair. I can't think of her name. I wonder if that's a retelling. Okay, then we have a historical fiction, Sarah Sundin, The Sea Before Us, which is book one. I think it's book one of Sunrise at Normandy. Historical fiction. I believe it's either clean or Christian romance. I'm not sure about that, but I've seen Sarah Sundin. She writes clean romance, but I'm not sure if it's Christian or not. This is historical fiction, 1944, America. It's a World War II book. I don't know much about it, but I have read, I've started reading Sarah Sundin's books before. I never finished them. I don't know why. I did enjoy them, but I need to read more of hers. Okay, we're still going. Next, we have The Wishing Gate by Meg Schaefer. This has been on my library haul before. This is a book about a woman who wants to adopt a little boy, and she needs some more money to be able, she needs to be financially stable in order to adopt him. And her favorite author, who has kind of gone into isolation for many years, hasn't written a book for many years, offers a bunch of people a chance to come to his island and solve this big puzzle, and whoever wins a big prize, and she'll be set for the future and be able to adopt the little boy. And all these people, these adults that are taken to be a part of this game, as kids, when they were kids, wrote to this author, and he has met them all at some point in their childhood. So there is a connection there. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited to read that. I've heard good and bad things about this book, so we'll see what side of the fence I'm on. Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. This is the large print edition. I've started reading this book before, but I never finished it, and now I just want to read it. It has got not multimedia. It's got, it's a okay. Basically, it's what the title says. It's about a guy whose someone gets killed at this family reunion resort thing they're at, and he doesn't know who did it. It could be anyone in his family because everyone in his family has killed someone. And the way this is told, he tells you in the beginning of the book what pages the murders will happen in. He leads you on this kind of puzzle, and it just sounds so good. So he basically tells you what's going to happen, but it's I don't know. It just sounds really good. I've heard good things and bad things about it. I've heard people put it on their favorites of last year. I've heard people put it on their worst of last year. So I'm excited to read that. Then I do have a Karen Kingsbury book. I forgot I had this one. This is Forgiving Paris. I, again, have started this one. I never finished it. I don't know why, because I love Karen Kingsbury. This is a Christian fiction. She has a few series that take place in the Baxter family. And this one follows Ashley Baxter Blake and her husband. And this is about how I don't know. I don't remember. She meets a girl there named Jessie, who had a baby, and it's about forgiveness. I don't remember exactly. It just sounds good. It's Forgiving Paris. I'm sure I'll cry. It takes place in Paris, and I'll probably cry. And that's all I know, and that's all I need to know. It's by Karen Kingsbury. I cry in all her books. Then we have A Pinch of Magic. This is part of the Start and Stop book club book reading group book read. Start and Stop Club Book Read. There we go. Hosted by, what's her name? Allison at Book Break. She does, I'll link her channel below, she does Start and Stop books where she reads, we all read to a certain page, and then we have to leave it for 24 hours, and then the next day we read more to a certain page, and we all talk about it in her videos. And I've never taken part in any of hers, but this month she's doing Middle Grade March, and her choice was Pinch of Magic. So I want to read it. Again, this is a book I started many years ago. I never finished it. I was enjoying it, so I don't know why I didn't finish it. Apparently I've started a lot of books and never finished them. This is, this is by Michelle Harrison. This is about three girls who, their grandma is a witch, and I don't know what's the spoiler, what's not. They live on an island, but they can't leave the island. They're not allowed to leave the island because of something bad will happen. And then they do leave the island. And they have magical objects. Oh, because it's a curse. A curse would there's a curse if they leave the family, or not family, they leave the island. And they unravel a mystery, and it just sounds really good. So I remember I really liked the younger child. I forget her name, but she was really cool. She dresses as a vampire, and she was just really cool. So I want to finish that. I want to reread what I read. Now, again, I mentioned that I'm a Christian. I have my beliefs, and I don't want you to take any offense at what I'm going to say. But I got Heartstopper Volume 5. This is a male-male romance, young adult. Now, again, I'm a Christian. I have my beliefs and my thoughts. Does not mean I hate gay people or anybody in the LGBTQIA plus community. I do not hate them. I don't believe God hates them. We all have our morals and our beliefs and our thoughts towards what is right and what is wrong. And that said, I started reading this series last year because I knew it had mental health representation in it, and I just fell in love with these boys, Nick and Charlie. I feel like I'm a mother to them almost, like I have a mothering feeling towards them, and I just want to see how their story ends. This is the 5th book. There's going to be 6 books in the series, And I need to know what happens. Again, I have my beliefs towards homosexuality. Doesn't mean that I hate these boys or anybody else who's part of that community. And I just want to see what happens. So I got book number 5. This is by Alice Oseman, if you don't know. Heartstopper Volume 1. It's a graphic novel. And Heartstopper Volume 1 was about Nick and Charlie. And Charlie was outed as being gay. And in the book, he's not outed in the book, but he was outed previous to the book starting. And Nick believes he's straight and then realizes after he becomes friends with Charlie that he actually has feelings for him. And it goes on from there. And there is a mental health rep, really good mental health rep in this, really good. Charlie has an eating disorder. He also has depression, anxiety. I believe anxiety. Don't remember exactly, but he actually in book 4 went to a mental health hospital, and I loved the representation of that because I myself have been in mental health hospitals, and I don't see enough good representation of that. So that was really well done, and that kind of solidified my love for these two men, these two boys, and I want to see what happens. So anyways, not that I have to explain myself on anything, but I just kind of want to explain why I want to read this. Yeah. And then I have a Romantasy Light Lark by Alex Astor. I have heard not so good things about this book. A lot of people don't like it. They thought the writing was really bad. I want to see if I like it. I don't know what it's about. I just know it's a romantasy. So I got it. Every 100 years, the islands of Lightlock appear for only 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers... Oh, that's why I got it, because it's got a competition in it. The realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and the realms, one ruler must die. To survive, Isla Crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates everything. So another competition book. Cool. This video is going forever. And then I've got Ember and the Ice Dragons, another book by Heather Fawcett. This is another middle grade. I started reading it, really enjoyed it so far. It is about a little girl, I think a 19-year-old or something like that, finds a little dragon egg. And dragons have been extinct for quite a while, or said to be extinct. And he is a magical person, so he does magic and makes this dragon into a little girl, like a human girl. And she grows up, and then it takes place with her as a kid. That's all I know. I've only read the prologue where that happens. So that's cool. And then we have some cozy mysteries. We have Barking Up the Wrong Tree and Off the Chain by Janice Thompson. Again, this was recommended by one of the Christian girlies. This is a cozy mystery series. I don't believe they have murder in them, but they're just cute mysteries. They might have murder in them, I'm not sure, but they're just Christian cozy mysteries. This is book 3, and this is book 1. I don't have book 2. But they are at my library, or it's at my library. Then we have Murder at Westminster Abbey by Amanda Carmack. This book fits the prompt of a British mystery for $9.99 in the March Mystery Madness. And I don't know exactly what this is about. It's about Kate, who served Queen Elizabeth. And then she befriends Lady Mary Everly. And then Mary is murdered. And she looks like Kate. So, a cozy mystery. Don't know much about these cozy mysteries. I was just recommended them. Then we got Booked for Murder, a Sophie Kimball mystery. I believe Stormy from Storm Reads recommended this series. I don't want to read the back. I don't like going into Cozy Mysteries knowing what they're about. I feel like the back gives away too much, so I don't know what this is about. But it's got a cute little dog in the front, a dash end, and I love them. Then we got Cheddar Off Dead and Gone for Gouda. I'm reading this book very soon. I'm reading it. This is by Karina Moss. This is, I'm reading this book. It's book 1. I'm reading that book with my friend Jess as a buddy read, starting today. So I've got to read some of that. And then this is book 2 or 3, I think, of The Cheese Shop. This is all about cheese. It's a cheese shop mystery. What more can I say? Cheese and murder. Sounds good. Then we have Death of a Red Hot Rancher. Where is the other one in that series? No, that's the only one I have, this one. So, Death of a Red Hot Rancher by Mimi Granger. This just sounded good. Again, it's got a dog. I love dogs and cats. And so, I think that's why I love Cozy Mysteries. They always have a dog or cat in it. Then we have Robin Hobb's Assassin's Apprentice. I need to read this. I need to read it. I started it. I have not finished it. I'm not even halfway through, and I really need to read that. This is an epic fantasy, the realm of the Elderlings. There's like 15 or 16 books in the total realm of the Elderlings, and this is book 1 of the first trilogy, the Farseer trilogy, and it's about Fitz, and it's supposed to make you cry, and I'm looking forward to reading that. Then we have Dating Can Be Deadly by Amanda Flower. This has a quilt in the cover, and so it fills the prompt of a quilt in the cover. Quilt or blanket on the cover, I think is what it is. Anyways, for the March Mystery Madness, and I want to read that. This is part of the Amish Matchmaker Mysteries by Amanda Flower. I'm excited to read this. It's got a goat. I mean, seriously, what better? And then we have 2 books by Kate Lansing. This was recommended to me by Jess, my friend Jess. We've got Till Death Do Us Part and A Pairing to Die For. They are books in the Colorado Wine Mystery. I don't know which books they are, but those, and it takes place at a winery or vineyard. Something like that. That's it. That's all the books. Wow, that was a long video. I am so sorry. But I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to make it to 300 this year. And, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day or night wherever you are. Drink water. Or, in my case, coffee, iced coffee, because that's the only thing that's settling in my stomach. Anyways, have a great day. God bless you in all you do. And, bye, guys. See you in the next video.